Hi, let's talk about web analytics. I'm sure all of you would have gone through or at least interfaced with web analytics one point or another. But in this unit, we're going to go slightly deeper and understand various aspects of web analytics that matters to a product manager. So what are the basic definition? So I need to first, before we dive deep, let's understand what is web metrics, what are clickstream, and what is web analytics exactly. So web metrics are measurable parameters which reflect all the different activities which are occurring on your website. So some examples are number of pages served, number of unique IP addresses, the amount of time a particular file was accessed or a button was clicked. Clickstream refers to the data that occurs inside the web environment, which may include a record of the user's browsing pattern. So everything that is happening on the website, which includes scroll up, scroll down, click of a button, etc. All of that goes into clickstream. And web analytics is the objective tracking, collection, measurement, reporting, and analysis of quantitative web metrics, data to optimize websites and web marketing initiatives. Okay, so web metrics, clickstream, and web analytics, these are your friends, and let's understand them slightly better. Uh, historically, web analytics actually originated from server logs and Apache logs. Apache is a server, is a software pretty much like uh, Linux or Windows uh, or Mac or so Apache is a form of a server. There are many other servers also available, but Apache happens to be one of the most popular one, right? So just after the birth of the internet, IT technicians started maintaining server logs, basically trying to see who accessed the server, when did the access happen, what did they download, what did they use. So all of these server logs were being managed and maintained. The server log files store information about parameters such as the IP address of the visitor, the browser identifier, the operating system identifier, etc., the referrer. So people began developing scripts to extract relevant data from the server log files in order to compile useful information, right? In this way, web analytics came to life. So initially it used to be server logs, it used to be a lot of hard work, and slowly and steadily the server logs took the shape of the web analytics that we know today. Why should we learn web analytics? Well, web analytics provides insight into the online behavior of your visitors. The visitor data can be used to optimize your website. So you need data, right? And this web analytics will give you a good insight into what's happening on your website, uh, and which you can then analyze to improve your product offering in a much more confident manner. It provides business intelligence along with the context of customer segmentation, the trends, the product development, which product should be working, should we develop more, which category should we develop more. And web analytics in general provides you a very wide variety of metrics which can then help you improve your sales or marketing or operations or anything else. So what are some of the important parameters that you need to know about web analytics? So these are some of the parameters and their simple definitions. So you must have heard of session. So what is a session? It's the period of interaction between a visitor's browser and a particular web server. The rules are out there as to what will be called a session, what will not be called a session. Typically, an inactivity of 30 minutes is considered a session. So basically, if you have landed on a website and you have browsed it and then you closed it explicitly, then that is a session. Or if you opened a tab and you kept it open and you forgot about it, then that will be called a session after 30 minutes. After 30 minutes, the session will be terminated, and whenever you come back to that tab, a new session will be created. The next parameter is visits, which is the count of all the sessions during a given period of time. Then there's a notion of visitor, which is a logical construct designed to measure actual people who visited a website. Okay, actually we don't know how many people visited, but it's a logical construct to approximate the number of actual people who visited the website. It is generally achieved with the help of cookies. Okay, what are cookies? Think of cookies as text files which are stored on the hard drive by some websites to capture information about you or your computer. Okay, So your browser is actually storing cookies on your hard disk about your visit to a particular site. What are these cookies? These cookies are typically first party cookies or third party cookies, and then there are persistent cookies and temporary cookies. But all cookies are browser specific. That is, if you have cookies stored by Chrome, they will not be read by Firefox. They are very browser specific. Unique visitor page is another important parameter that you need to know. It's the count of all the unique visitor IDs during a given time period. What's a page? It's a web document. That is um an HTML file that was used, that was visited. That's a page. Essentially, web document refers to an HTML document, and typically JPG, GIF, or let's say PDFs are not generally considered to be pages. Only web documents like .html are considered. Then page views, which is number of pages requested during a visitor session, which are tagged by Google Analytics code or similar tools. Okay, so when you have Google Analytics embedded on your website, uh, that will help in measuring the number of pages requested during a visitor session. Okay, and that is what gives you page views. And unique page views is basically number of visits during which a page was viewed, whether one or more times. And last parameter is conversion. A conversion is recorded when a visitor reaches a desired page within the website. So within the page, you have, let's say, defined that I would like to understand how many people are viewing our products. So after landing on the home page and after clicking on categories and after clicking on, let's say after doing some search, how many people are eventually landing up on the product description page? And I'm going to treat that as a conversion, right? And that conversion is recorded when a visitor reaches a desired page within the website. Okay, this this can be measured via uh, simply looking at how many people landed up on the URL of that destination page, the conversion page, or sometimes it is also measured by simply how many people clicked on a certain button. So it could be defined in many ways, right? So this is a good overview of web analytics. uh, there's a lot more that you can learn about web analytics, but this is a good starting point. Okay, there is a dedicated course by Google itself where they talk about Google Analytics in great depths. That's a good recommendation. That's a very good course that you can refer, and they have different flavors of it. One very deep, one very high level. I would recommend that depending on your inclination, please go through that deeper course because that is specific to Google Analytics, but it still gives you a good perspective or overview of how web analytics works in general. That's it for now.